Hello, class. My name is Araceli Catalan, and for the topic that's kind of related to what I'm gonna be doing for my major and how physics relates to it. I wanted to do it more in English language learners because I am going to be a former bilingual teacher, and I actually do work at a school now as a bilingual intervention aide. So it's going to be related to what my major is and also targeting more of the English language learners as well. So, let me go back to the previous one. So, this is a question that was that the professor, one of the questions that we were supposed to choose for our topic, and it is, how is physics related to your field of study? What type of applications can you find that relates to any topic in this class with your major? So this is what we're going to target. So my field of study is in education, and as I came to realize, it's important. Physics is very important. Starting from the first chapter about the Newton's law. It's crazy how we don't remember sometimes. When we took a science class back then, and we don't remember how important it really is, just knowing how things work. So, and especially if you're at a school where all these kids are always asking you questions, and they expect you to know these things. So, as a former bilingual IST, I am fortunate to see an educator's daily schedule and get familiar with the curriculum. Now, physics is a fundamental of science, and science is a subject that is integrated in the curriculum. Now, I work at a school already, like I said before, and sometimes we're really busy with math and reading, and we have all these activities at school that I've seen that sometimes science is something that they wait for another day, or they do two topics in a day. But science is very, very important. It also relates back to math, and having this class and having my mind go ahead and start thinking about how physics is working, how it works for our physical world, is actually very important. So for a lesson that was talking in the book, so application that we can use is that I've seen used for 4th and 5th grade is mechanical, light, thermal, and electric energy and sound energy. So as we have here, we have the picture of how height. So the example is investigation to measure how height affects the distance an object in motion and how it moves. So the height and the way, the angle of the incline. So as I learned about angles. So it's a lot. It has a lot to do with math as well. So you can probably integrate both physics and maths together. So all students who are English language learners or bilingual students, they learn a lot. There's a lot of complex terminology, and so we need to make sure that we're getting it across them by showing visuals and interacting and having them have hands-on. That is very important for our bilingual students, English language learners, to know, to act out the word. They need to know that they can ask questions when we're teaching physics, because it is a complex subject. Math and reading. Reading is also complex, but they need to know. Reading and math are complex as well, but science has all these big terminologies that we don't commonly use throughout the day. So what this PowerPoint report says, students also learn new language structures, expression, and basic academic vocabulary heard during classroom instruction, interaction using visuals, linguistic support to enhance their understanding. So physics extends in enhancing understanding of other disciplines such as the earth, environmental sciences, other subjects that are of substantial importance to the students. So it ties together to everything that the students need to learn about how life is created, how things move, how the forces, the elements, what is something made of, how are we made up. So it's very important. So as most people know, younger students are naturally curious about how things work, and one of the most important things that school can teach is its students to problem-solving skills. Physics is the answer key to how the universe works. As students make progress every year and learn more of the physical world, they become to realize that science is an important topic. And it kind of flashes on me because I realized how important it is to know physics. I was with my son not so long ago. He sat next to me and he was just flipping through my book, my 7-year-old. He's like, wow, what is all this? I was like, oh, I'm learning about the force and how force and gravity go together. And then he's like, wow, that's really neat. So he just started flipping on there. And it's really interesting. I got really interested with physics, and when I was in high school, I fell in love with chemistry. And looking back at physics, looking back at this book and rereading all the stuff that I learned before and coming back and reading it again, it's really, really, really nice to know that, you know, how physics works and stuff. So I really enjoyed this class. So I think that's it. That's all my project. Thank you.